Hi y'all, it's your girl Tamia, and today we'll be talking about my favorite books of all time.
And it goes a little something like
Just a little history about me and my reading is that I did read when I was younger. Like I read Junie B. Jones, The Dork Diaries. I read The Vampire Academy and stuff like that. And I didn't really start like reading until like 2019. I started reading like retellings and more contemporary romance. Like I've read Splintered. I think the Splintered series is like an Alice in Wonderland retellings. And then I read like Hello Huang and stuff like that. But yeah, just a little history about that. Yeah, these are my favorite books of all time, and I wanted to share with you guys, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Okay, so the first book that I want to talk about is that I just read recently is Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorites. I think it will be my favorite of all time because I just love Christian and Stella. Like I think they're my favorite couple in the entire like Twisted series. And Christian Harper is the CEO of Harper Security, and Stella is like an influencer slash fashion designer. And I just loved how caring and protective Christian was of Stella. I related to Stella the most because I felt her insecurities about like what she wanted to do in life and like the pressures of like family members and stuff like that. So yeah, but I loved Kristen and Stella. That was going on was good, like with her stalker and everything. I was like, whoa, like I know a lot of people felt like this was like slow, but I actually liked the pacing in this book, and honestly I recommend this book to anyone. But yeah, and I hope over my gushing that this will encourage you to read it as well. Well, honestly, read the entire series because they're all good. But yeah, the second book I want to talk about is The Kiss Quotient by Hella Huang. I love this book so much. I feel like definitely Michael is up there as one of my book boyfriends because he's just so sweet and patient. Oh, yeah. But I love this book. This book has definitely got me back into reading, and it was just such a good and quick read. So yeah, The Kiss Quotient is about an autistic woman named Stella who hires an escort to explore like intimacy and stuff like that. Oh, this book was so good. I won't lie to you, I don't remember the plot as much, but I remember the vibes. So yeah, it was really good. I definitely need to do like a reread of like the entire series, but this book was so good. The author needs to write more books because I would love to read another book from her. The book I want to talk about is from the same author, The Heart Principle. Oh my goodness, this book was a 5-star all over. And this book was about wow, from like reading this, I totally forgot what this book was about. Wow. I just read the summary again. I almost forgot what this book was about. Book is definitely not a rom-com. Um, it is sweet in the beginning, but like it literally turns 180 in the half of the rest of the book. Read the trigger warnings if you want to get into this book, but I feel like I loved this book because it was so realistic, and I loved Quan as a character as well as Anna, and I feel like just how the story progressed, it was just really good, and I honestly enjoyed it. But yeah. Okay, so the fourth book that I want to talk about is Archer's Voice. Oh my goodness. I've heard some like mixed reviews about this book, but when I picked it up, complete 5 stars. Are you kidding me? It was so heartfelt, loving, and sweet. Like this was my favorite book of all time. Like I would definitely read this again. So basically, Archer's Voice is about Archer, Hale, and Bree. And Archer, Hale is not communicating with anyone because of what happened in the past, and Bree is coming from a really traumatic place. And our journey in this book is just like learning more about Archer, and it was just wow, the moments they had together and how Archer was there for Bree. Oh, it was just so cute. But I just felt like I felt every emotion. Like, this book actually made me cry. Like, I just thought it was so good. And I feel like and maturing into himself and knowing his worth, and it was just so beautiful. This just comes down to how we all just, like, us as humans, just want to be loved and cared for. And I think Mia Sheridan just did a really great job with this book. But yeah. Okay. Look at this hat that I have. We're gonna put this on. Do you guys think I look good? Anyways, I think I might be wearing this hat for the rest of the video. But yeah, we have 2 more books to go to, and the 5th book that I want to talk to you guys about is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Oh my gosh. And like, I'm not gonna be dramatic, but like, this book has definitely changed my life. Like, this book is about Brianna Ortiz, who is a doctor, and her brother is running out of time to find a kidney donor, and Jacob, who I think is also a doctor, and he has anxiety. This book was just so cute. Well, this book was just so good, and like, even though towards the end it kind of irritated me because I was like, if these 2 people don't communicate, I'm gonna like smash my head against the wall. But but yeah, this book was just so good, and like, it's just so sweet because I think I remember the part where when Brianna knows that Jacob has anxiety, so she finds like secluded areas for Jacob so that they can have lunch together, so that he won't feel like overwhelmed and like nervous. And I was just like, oh, come on. And I know this book is a part of a interconnected standalone series, which is Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and I think she just came out with Just for the Summer. The cover for Just for the Summer is so pretty. Like, I need it now. But I haven't read the Part of Your World yet, but I will soon. So good, 5 stars immediately. But yeah. And lastly, I saved the best for last. And it's, oh, I love this book so much. It made me feel seen. And yeah, it's Legendborn by Tracy Dion. Like, look at this book. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on. It's a YA fantasy series that talks about the journey of Bree and her mother's death. And honestly, if I could describe this book, if you ever heard of the Disney original movie called Avalon High, that's basically what this is, if you get what I'm saying. But I love this book. I love the characters in the book. I love the characters in the book. And if you know that I am Team Nick, I love Nick. I think he's the sweetest. Oh, like the way he's just always there for Bree. It was just so cute. I do love Sal, but I like Nick better. But overall, I just loved how the author talked about, like, you know, racism and how she dealt with grief, and Bree's journey of like finding out what happened to her mother. But yeah, this book was just so good. It made me feel seen, and they're literally. And then I know that Oathbound comes out March 2025. I can't wait. And can we please take a moment for the cover? Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's so freaking cool. I can't wait. And now that it's also being turned into a 4 series when it's supposed to be a trilogy, oh, I can't wait. And I'm so excited. I lied. I actually have 3 more books to talk about. I was like, I can't believe I forgot about them. But the next book I want to talk about is Dear Ava. Right here. I read it on my Kindle, but that book was so good. Like, I love Ava and Knox relationship. I love Knox and his brother Dante's relationship. This book was so emotional, but it was just so beautifully done. I would say look at the trigger warnings for this book, especially for the first chapter, because that shook me. The book that I really enjoyed reading. The next book that I want to talk about is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I have the book, but I just can't find it anywhere. Yeah, I loved Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Colin is my favorite out of all the Bridgerton men, and I just really loved how Penelope grew in this book. And I just really loved Colin and Penelope's relationship. I love that they're both writers. Already in love with Colin since the first book, and I was just so excited to get to know more about him in the 5th book. I love that they showed like that Colin has like flaws and insecurities, and he's not as perfect as he's claimed to be. And I just wished in the show for like season 3 that they showed more of the romantic side of Bridgerton. Like, I didn't think the season was bad, but I just feel like we should have gotten way more of Penelope and Colin, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I really love Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. It was a 5-star for me. It was so sweet and cute, and like, I just thought this book was just so adorable and wholesome. Now this is officially the last book that I want to mention is Love in English by Karen Hale. I'm pretty sure. I read this on my Kindle as well. This book is about Vera and Miles. Vera's 23 and Mateo is like 38. I usually don't like age gap romance, but that's only because most of that I read was like the girl was like 17 turning 18 and the guy was like 40, like, and it was just really gross. But this one I really enjoyed because she is an adult in this one. So, but I just thought this book was so romantic. It's about Vera, who's like very like free spirited, has tattoos and whatever, and Mateo is like more of a businessman in Madrid. Vera goes to Spain to teach people English, and she meets Mateo on their trip there to Spain, and yeah, this book was just so romantic. I would definitely read it again. It was one of my favorites, and yeah. Anyways, yeah, these are my favorite books of all time, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it and that this made you guys want to read it too. But yeah, and let me know in the comments your favorite books of all times, and if we share the same books. I can't talk, but yeah. Bye.